Okay, stop saying that my standards are too high. Like, if you can't meet them, that's fine. Just admit it. There's no shame in that. But don't make me feel bad for knowing what I'm worth. Because that's pathetic.
Normalize having a crush on yourself. Just a theory. Ladies, this video is for you. Boys, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm sure you will. But I don't have a boyfriend. Coaches don't play the game. These are some of my tips when it comes to flirting and pulling guys.
You guys ever notice how these women who always talk about standards and how much they deserve and it's all about me, me, me? It's very interesting to notice, guys, how they always seem to be single. Okay, a lot of these women, man, they can't keep around a guy, and what they do is they go around thinking that they're entitled to a man who's 6 foot and 6 figures. Meanwhile, they themselves are bringing nothing to the table. And guys, this is something that we're going to be talking about today. Just the incredible amount of ridiculous standards in today's dating, right? You got women out here like this who will get to the age of 30, 40, and 50, and they all ask themselves the same question: where have all of the good men gone? Right, I wasted my entire youth chasing dudes who weren't, interested in having a relationship with me, and now I want to turn around and I expect a good man. And just before we really crack into today's show, guys, and go through some of these TikToks, I wanted to show you one of the top comments from one of these videos that we just had a quick look at here, just to kind of give you guys a picture of what exactly we're dealing with here. So this comment right here reads, "Girl, this is literally what I'm saying. I tell people all the time when they say I'm picky about men that I deserve nothing less than what I want, in all capitals." Right? Because that's what dating has turned into today, these gentlemen. It's like a lot of these girls, they go around thinking that, okay, I'm entitled to this, this, and this, and if somebody doesn't give it to me, then that makes them less of a person. Right? Oh, you're not rising to my standards. So, gentlemen, what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at each one of these TikToks and kind of break them down. Don't go off sending this woman bad messages or anything like that, guys. We're just going to be talking about what she says in her videos. So let's see what she has to say.
Okay, stop saying that my standards are too high. Like, if you can't meet them, that's fine. Just admit it. There's no shame in that.
First of all, guys, if you ever, tell people on the internet to stop saying something, they're going to continue to say it, right? That's literally how the internet works. If you go around saying, oh, I'm really offended that people keep calling me this, they're going to call, it's like the internet. You know what I mean, guys? A lot of these girls, they come to the internet looking for validation, and when people don't give them validation, don't agree with everything that that they say, they lose their minds over it. A lot of you guys come to this YouTube channel, for example, and you say, Taylor, why are my comments getting deleted? Guys, I don't delete your comments. You know what I mean? When people are allowed to say whatever the hell they want, I couldn't care less, to be honest, right? But YouTube comes through and deletes all the comments, and like they have a bot or something that does it. But like girls like this, man, they get on Instagram, they get on TikTok, and if people don't agree with them, if people don't give them what they want in life, then all of a sudden it's other people's fault, right? You can't find a man, you can't keep around a dude, and it's somehow the dude's fault. Oh, he isn't buying you flowers. You see, there are tons of dudes out here who would date this woman, right? But she wants the dudes who won't put in any of that effort. She wants the guys who won't give her flowers, won't take her out on dates, and then she's surprised, Then she's like, oh, why aren't you meeting my standards? Because why would that guy who's earning 6 figures, who's 6 foot, who gets all of these girls, why would he commit to you? And those guys that you come around to later in life, maybe they're 5 foot, but they've been working hard or whatever the case may be, why would they commit to you either? Because you wasted your entire time on other dudes. Like, we know it's not about love, but, continuing on.
But don't make me feel bad for knowing what I'm worth. Because that's pathetic.
Okay, and exactly what are you worth and why? Right? You hear all this talk about, oh, I'm worth this, I'm worth that. And then you ask them, it's like, okay, can you do this? So the guy might, for example, say, okay, can you cook? Right? And girls will get really offended about that. It's like maybe the dude wants someone who can cook. Maybe the guy wants someone who's pleasant to be around. What's your attitude like? Guys will ask girls like this questions. They'll say, okay, you think that you're all this, then what exactly do you bring to the table? And we get the typical answer, I am the table, or I should be able to bring whatever the hell I want. I just bring myself. It's like, sorry, that's not enough. Guy works hard, he makes 6 figures, he's 6 foot, he hits the gym, he looks good. Why would a guy go out on a date and commit to you? Okay, but let's continue on to the next video.
normalize having a crush on yourself. Just a theory.
This video right here, guys, for some context, this video has over 300,000 likes on TikTok. It has 1,400 comments, which is a bit skewed. Over on TikTok, there's a lot more likes to comment ratio, but I'd just like to point out that when girls make videos like this, right, first of all, what they're doing is they're just doing it for attention, right? I don't care how many times they say, oh, I'm wearing makeup for myself or whatever the case may be. Like, just think about the effort that goes into making a TikTok like this, right? Like, you have to cake your face with makeup, you have to put on the right outfit, and then you have to do like 500 takes of the damn thing. Right, there's a lot of time that goes into this, and girls want to walk around saying, I do it for myself. No, you do it for the attention, for the validation. Right, but just paying attention to what she said at the beginning there, guys, is like, normalize having a crush on yourself, and obviously it's like this self-owned little joke that she did. Because the truth is, guys, a lot of these women who can go out here, and make no mistake, this woman could go out here and date a lot of dudes. Girls who can get a lot of attention, they're really not happy with themselves. They really do not like themselves, right? A lot of these women, guys, what they do is they go around, they have fun with lots of men, or they get a lot of attention from men early on, and it screws them up. Like, it really does. They go around, and it's like nothing can ever satisfy that black hole and that need for attention. I'm actually going to do a video fairly soon, guys, over on Patreon and locals for the supporters over there, but there was one particular Reddit article I came across today, gentlemen, and boy was it absolutely disgusting. There was a woman in a relationship for 2-3 years, something like that, and she loved him, right? And she said that, oh, he's so beautiful and he's the most fantastic guy ever, but she's got to go out there and have her fun, and she's like 20, early 20s, or if not 20. Right? A lot of these girls, man, they just want the attention, they want the butterflies, that love stuff. Oh, they can use that love word to manipulate a dude later on when they need some money. But let's crack into the real meat and potatoes of today's video, which is this TikTok right here, where we get some dating advice. And now, guys, if you're new to the channel, you might not know what's about to happen here, but we're about to get some dating advice, which is just always fantastic, as you'll see. So let's jump right into this video.
Ladies, this video is for you. Boys, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm sure you will, but I don't have a boyfriend. Coaches don't play the game. These are some of my...
So right off the bat, we're getting dating advice from somebody who doesn't have a boyfriend. Guys, I've made this point before, but the longer a girl goes without a boyfriend, the bigger of a red flag it is. Okay, I've gone over the reasons many times, but in short, gentlemen, if she wanted a boyfriend, she could have one. You see? But they want that guy. They want that guy that doesn't give a crap about them, that's way above them, and then they cry when they don't get him. So this person, just keep in mind, is about to give us dating advice from the perspective of someone who is essentially unsuccessful at dating, right? You see, men and women, we have it opposite. Women have dating very easy. Men have it very difficult. All right, for a woman to make a video talking about dating advice and she hasn't secured commitment from a guy, it's pretty laughable. Right, it's like a chef who can't boil water, is what it is.
Some of my tips when it comes to flirting and pulling guys. Girl, if you shoot your shot, there's a 99.9999999% chance that it's gonna go your way. If you...
Any girl who is watching a video that is looking, how do I pick up dudes, like, is so far, you're doing it completely wrong. You're doing it completely wrong. Girls do not need to look up videos on how to pick up dudes. All you have to do is go outside. Like, I don't say that to be mean or rude or whatever, guys. It's the truth, right? Girls can literally just go to a coffee shop and some dude will approach you. You just sit there, and you don't sit there with like a scowl on your face, looking really angry at the world and hell. Even if you do, some guy's probably going to talk to you anyway, right? But look, let's just play that back one more time so I can kind of drill the point home.
I don't have a boyfriend. Coaches don't play the game. These are some of my tips when it comes to flirting and pulling guys.
Yeah, like, why does a girl need tips on pulling guys? Can someone explain that to me? Right? Like, if a girl is watching a video like this, you're doing it wrong. I truly do not understand. I want you guys to imagine for a moment, and some of you already have this situation, but just imagine you have a daughter, right? And she's scrolling on TikTok, and she comes across a video like this where she's getting advice on how to pull guys. I want you to think to yourself, gentlemen, just run the calculation in your head. How doomed is your daughter from that perspective? Right. The answer I think we can all agree on is very. Right. Like, man, what even is 2021? At a certain point, guys, like I've made so many of these videos, and like it never ceases to amaze me just the amount of clownery.
Girl, if you shoot your shot, there's a 99.9999999% chance that it's gonna go your way. If you make the move, it is happening, without a doubt. Now you're like, how do I make a move? How do I shoot my shot? Compliment him. He will literally never forget you. Guys don't get complimented. I'm sorry, it actually sucks and I feel bad for them. They want compliments, they need compliments. They don't receive them though.
Just like to make a point here that, yeah, men don't receive as many compliments, but men do not need compliments in the same way that women do. Right? Dudes will appreciate it for sure, depending on what type of guy you are. Some guys will appreciate them, some just don't really care, whatever the case may be. But dudes in general do not need compliments to function. Right? You don't see dudes out here, losing their mental over not getting enough likes. You see, there is a huge difference between men and women and the way that we use social media, for example. Girls will get on Instagram all day, taking the perfect photo, putting it up. If it doesn't get enough likes, she'll take it down, spending hours doing makeup, whatever the case may be, to make herself appear a certain way so that she can get her validation. A lot of guys out here, man, we don't give a crap. Right, to be honest with you, a lot of girls, man, they need the validation they need it like plants need sunlight. Okay, men are so used to not getting validated, not getting any sort of compliments, not receiving any praise from society or people in general, unless you bring something pretty hefty to it. People just don't really give a crap about men. I'm going to be completely honest. But the thing is, a lot of guys are okay, like living by themselves and doing their own thing. Because let me tell you something. We've been over this channel a few times, and I distinctly remember a screenshot from a couple of episodes ago when this guy said, I read the comment and I was like, I smiled to myself because this guy was talking about how I think him and his wife broke up or something like that, or he's been single in recent years. And one of the things that he's noticed since being single is that his bank account just continues to grow, guys. A lot of men are out here happy, just living the single life, not bothering with this level of BS, but continuing on with the video.
If you're at a party and you're like, oh, like I feel so pretty, like I look so pretty, why is no one hitting on me? First of all, pretty girls don't get hit on. Second of all,
that sounds like some coke, doesn't it, boys? Right? Like you have to tell yourself pretty girls don't get hit on, because like what else are you going to try and tell you? Like rather than accept that maybe no guy wants to come talk to you, like it's like, oh yeah, pretty girls don't get hit on. I just love the immediate rationalization that if people don't do something that benefits you or compliments you in a way, then it's not your fault. Like just immediately, it cannot be your fault, right? Pretty girls don't get hit on. Hey, maybe you're not so pretty,
First of all, a guy could have already called dibs on you and then his boys can't even talk to you. Third of all, do it yourself. Okay, this is my secret. If I want to go to a really hot guy at a party and I'm nervous, I just go up to him and I pretend he's already into me. Lady.
Okay, guys, look, we see a lot of stuff online, right, about how dudes are terrible and, men shouldn't approach women and whatever the case may be because it's creepy. Let's just make a few points on that. One, it's only creepy if the girl doesn't find you attractive. And two, girls can be very creepy themselves, gentlemen. I mean, just look at the end of that video. I'd find that quite creepy. I don't know about you, gentlemen, but if some woman walks up to me and then just assumes that I'm already, infatuated with her, guys, is that not super creepy to you? Is it just me? Like, let's take a look at the end of that video again. I just want to make sure that I'm not kind of tripping here. Yeah, just pretend that the guy is already in love with you. It's like, guys, are these really the vibes that you want to be out here receiving? And I'd also like you to notice how at the end there she talks about the dude that she's going to approach at the party is going to be the hot one. Right, it's going to be the guy who looks good, the guy who's tall, got good fashion, or whatever the case may be. That nice jawline. That's the dude that she's going to be interested in. Okay, she doesn't care about the dude who looks like crap, or who is shorter than her, or whatever the case may be. We see a lot of times, gentlemen, where women will come online on social media and they'll say we don't care about how a dude looks, but they absolutely do. But we're going to play that end part one more time right there.
Boys can't even talk to you. Third of all, do it yourself. Okay, this is my secret. If I want to go to a really hot guy at a party and I'm nervous, I just go with him and I pretend he's already into me. Ladies.
Yeah, okay, that's something, guys, where look, watching videos like this, gentlemen, again, I've got to bring it back to this this thing that I asked you guys to think through with me here, which was, if you have a daughter, do you want her watching stuff like this? Like, is this really the message that we want to send, right? Because there's people misconstrue this and they say, oh, girls can go out there and they can get it too, which, hey, look, if you want to approach that hot guy at the party, if you want to go out there and do this kind of stuff and chase dudes who will never commit to you, I personally don't care. Like, I genuinely don't. If she wants to go out there and quote unquote live her best life and chase all these chads, like, that's totally fine with me. Right? The issue that we have in general is when these girls get to 30, 40, and 50, and then what they do is they change their tone a bit, right? They change the tune. They say, okay, now that I've gotten to this point in my life, now I need to have a family, and now I need some security. So they'll go out there and they will literally look for a dude that they can easily manipulate, who has money, and who is not going to leave them no matter what they do. Right? It's a game plan, guys. Like, and this is something that men are really not wise to, gentlemen. Like, just absolutely not. These girls, man, what they'll do is they'll do exactly what I said there, which is they'll get to a certain age where they realize, oh, I'm getting less attention, dudes aren't into me anymore, and then they'll literally go and look for a guy. And I don't even know if I could say the word on YouTube really without the video getting flagged, but it's malicious, gentlemen, is what it is. Right? And they want to say that dudes are the creepy ones, and they go out here looking for girls who don't know any better. And we have this discussion all the time, guys, where girls will say, oh, it's creepy when a dude likes a younger girl, or whatever the case may be. Truth be told, guys, it's like, it's not even a creepy thing. It really isn't. When a guy likes a 20-year-old, he doesn't want to date a 40-year-old woman, who's got a terrible attitude, and maybe he wants kids. Right? Maybe he's actually attracted to a 20-year-old rather than a 40-year-old. And these girls will say, oh, no, it's creepy, or he's disgusting, or men are disgusting. And yet those same women have wasted their entire youths chasing dudes who don't want them, and then are perfectly okay with taking dudes' assets, taking their children, and not losing a wink of sleep over it. Right? Like, and we're just totally going to ignore that as a society. But I'm going to kind of play through the first video. Actually, no, excuse me. I have a piece that I'd like us to look at, guys. Speaking of entitlement, okay, and this actually perfectly describes the situation I was just going over, and I forgot I had these images, so I wanted to take you to this dating profile. If I can click the right button here. We have here a woman who is 28 years old and she's 5'10", and this is what I'm talking about, guys, where a lot of women, they'll go through the bad boys and maybe they will or they won't have kids as a result of it, but they start going into their 30s and they realize that, oh crap, now I need a man. So this is one such example of exactly what I was talking about just there. So here we have the 28-year-old woman whose name is hidden, and I don't know what dating profile this is, dating site this is, excuse me. But let's take a look at some of the things that she says. So she is single. She is serious and wants to find someone to marry, seeking a man long term. She works in childcare. She's done some college and her location is hidden. She doesn't do anything weird, but she has kids and she wants more kids. All right. Again, she's 5'10". You guys can't see this off the screen here. She's 5'10". Eye color other. She's Caucasian. Star sign or whatever it is Aries, as if anyone gives a crap. She has a few extra pounds and her hair color is brown. But here's where it gets really interesting. Let's jump into this. So again, this is the about section. In all capitals for the brothers not watching. Do not catfish me. I'm a mother of 4 young children. My 3 older kids do not have their father in their lives. I am not here to play games. I am only looking for a serious relationship. I do, however, want to take things slow and move cautiously. I am looking for someone who gets me, in brackets, I'm sarcastic, but I can be sweet and loving and caring and have a lot of depth once you get to know me. And will share responsibility in everything equally. Someone who will love my kids as their own. Someone who is kind, sweet, caring, loving, hard-working, has a good head on their shoulders, and is ready to share the rest of their life with me. My kids will always come first, want to get to know me, message me. She is somewhat ambitious, she's artsy, She owns a car. I don't know what this means. Over 4 years. She has no pets and she speaks German. And I'm just going to list off. You guys can't see at the bottom here, but here are some of her interests: movies, TV, relaxing, beach. Right? Disney is in there as well. What a surprise. Okay, but the first, somewhat ambitious. She likes movie, TVs, and relaxing. She has 4 children, and yet she's coming along prepared to share responsibility with you, the lucky man. Right, and this is what we're talking about, guys. When we watch the very first video over here, about the entitlement. Okay, about getting online and thinking that you're deserving of a dude, and a guy should come along and just kind of save your life and the things that you've got going on. Right, so what girls will do, man, the girls like this, they'll jump around in their 20s, they'll have fun with all of these different dudes, right? And then sometimes they'll have children as a result, sometimes they won't. But in any case, they get to 30, they go into their 30s, they go into their 40s, and they struggle. And they go, okay, why has no guy been there for me? It's like clockwork, guys. You ask any girl, right, if you guys have some girlfriends in real life, right, if you go out there and you be completely non-judgmental and you sit there and you say, what have your past relationships been like, or are you into anybody at the moment, or just ask some genuine questions about their life, right? Don't judge them or anything like that. They will give you some pretty honest answers a lot of the time. Right, girls will be like, oh, I've been seeing this guy but sort of not seeing this guy, and you're thinking to yourself in your head, like, okay, so you're seeing a guy but you don't have a relationship, but you've been seeing / talking to him for 2-3 months, right? This is literally what girls will tell you, man. It's absolutely like clockwork. You sit there, and if you don't judge them, guys, they'll tell you. A lot of them will be honest with you. Yeah, you'll get the lies here and there about the body count and whatever the case may be. But what you'll notice, guys, is a lot of these girls who they don't have relationships. Right, they're just chasing a whole bunch of dudes that don't want them, and the funny part is, guys, is like these men who these women are chasing as well. They see exactly what's happening, and they don't want the relationships with them. Right, a lot of these dudes who have options with girls, these girls might actually, otherwise be a prospect to them, but they actually see the fact that they can't even be loyal to the dudes that they're interested in. Right, like a lot of these girls, they throw around the word love, and they don't know what it means, really, gentlemen. So I'm going to be doing a Patreon and locals video on that, actually, that Reddit article that I brought up earlier, gentlemen, where what you'll notice is a lot of times girls like this, man, they'll use love to manipulate dudes. It really has nothing to do with caring about another individual. A lot of it, like, I don't mean to be insulting here, guys, but a lot of it just really does come down to narcissism. But gentlemen, we are going to be leaving today's show there. As always, make sure you leave your thoughts and your comments. I'll be trying to bust out a few more videos, guys. I have been incredibly unwell these past few days, but I'm looking to get back into the video making. So make sure to leave your thoughts and your comments. Always a pleasure to have you here, guys. And I'll be seeing you boys in the next episode. Peace.